Hello Zimbabweans, welcome back to our online lessons with Sir John. Last time we did quadratic functions, parabola, and tikadzidza how to determine the number of roots using the discriminant. Tikasira takuenda pama inequalities. So today we are moving on to inequalities. So titatanga nema linear inequalities, then move on to quadratic inequalities. So pama linear inequalities, tinema first examples. Okay, so a first example, guys, 3x plus 2 less than 12. I think is just a revision from Zamaka Banazo Mulku A levels. So 3x plus 6, 3x plus 6 less than 12, right? So 3x less than 12 minus 6 is 6. Then x will be less than 2, right? That's how we solve my linear inequalities. I think is mune idea nazo makaita linear programming, linear what. So as kunetse yanti. So next example. Okay, so the next example, 2x less than 4x plus 8. Saka in this case 2x minus 4x get minus 2x less than 8. If we divide by negative sign, divide by negative sign, no change inequality sign. So if we divide by minus 2, x will be greater than minus 4, right? Like this. Saka it's like the divider negative sign to change inequality sign yedu panapa. So uka divide negative sign unofana kuchinja inequality sign panapa. So muzizire guys ipapa. I think that knowledge mnayo zvenyu but kungorangaridzana anditi. So takuita pama quadratic inequalities, I think is you know. So guys, the next example, this is the first example pama quadratic inequalities. We have x squared less than 4. Pama quadratic inequalities tinema steps that we want to follow, guys. We have some steps. So we need to bring this is left hand side, right hand side, and this is right hand side, left hand side. So that in the side inequality sign, rofana kusala ina 0. Make sure papo one side of the inequality sign rofana kusala ina 0. It's either no kuno kuna 0 is zwenda uku, or no kuna 0 is zwenda uku. The first step pama quadratic inequalities. So inangofanira kuti zvese zviri ku zviro zvayawo. So x squared minus 4 less than 0. Difference of two squares. Saka after what being as one side, was here 0 on another side, factorize. Let's find out factorizer. Factorizer. So we factorizer. Pana happen better x minus 2 and x plus 2 less than 0. Then you know what my critical values. The next step check my critical values. My critical values to wanna say to equate each bracket to 0. If we equate this bracket to 0, no value of x is 2. Because x minus 2 is equal to 0, x will be equal to 2. So CV, x is 2 and minus 2. 2 and minus 2 and 2. Right? So after one of my critical values, we would draw a number line. Then you want place a number line in order yao. Saka minus 2, then you tanga, push 2. Then after what I saw, a number ik ilipa number line. Pama number a sa unungwa isa pa number line. Zindra apa pama critical values pabuda ma answer mangani. So if you get two answers pana massive, ma critical values are 2, a number dik. Number dik yako ni minus 2. Then the next number apa na minus 2 kitizokera uko. Iri integer di minus 3. Ndio unutora yoyo. So minus 3 ukaitora yoyo ukawena apa. Ukaisa minus 3 pana x, ukaisa minus 3 pana x. Tunakuona ma sign anokuda ipapo. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus something. Answer number sana tuda sign. Negative. Minus 3 plus 2. Answer negative. Then 2 brackets are multiply each other. So just multiply my sign. So minus times minus we get positive. Answer no banana after multiply my sign. Do you have plus. Then you have change this my sign which end out. Ukatanga plus panapa minus plus. Ukatanga minus plus minus. So minus plus. Then what I saw what is the quick means. What is the quick means? What would go to sign panapa? The inequality sign is less. So if the inequality sign is less panapa, it means a negative sign. Then put our x there. Then we are now comparing. Is a good number to compare with minus 2 na x per number line. Minus 2 can x are up obvious x more. And x are up 2 are up, which means x mudik. Saka x whether I compare one numbers minus 2 and 2. So to your answer look at 1. So minus 2 less than x. As you can see, minus 2 is less than x. And x is less than 2. So this is our answer. Simple. Shakapusa guys. Right? So that's how you solve my quadratic inequalities. Saka the alternative method, you can use the graphical method. I think my quadratic takaita tese mukatasa ma videos yekumasure takaita ma quadratic, how to sketch ma quadratic function graphs. So to sketch a quadratic function graph remain x squared minus 4. Notice that the coefficient of x squared is 1, which is positive. If the coefficient of x squared is positive, which means our graph is minimum, is a minimum turning point. Okay, so when x is equal to 0, the y-intercept is minus 4. So our y-intercept is minus 4. Then the graph here do not x-axis pana minus 2, nepana 2. Pana minus 2, nepana 2. So graph here do not so height like this. Do our quadratic function graph like x squared minus 4. Right? So pana find the set of values, find the range of x where our graph x squared minus 4 is less than 0, which means is less than 0, is below, where the graph is below the x-axis. So area yonde EPO yokuti graph redu really below the x-axis, really less than 0. Graph redu really less than 0 take minus 2 kusika 2. Because kubva kuno kweso nigiri above the x-axis, really above 0. Pano kusika minus 2 raku cross rakunda down, then pana parofamba ri down kusika 2 rakunda up. Saka the required region pana x squared minus 4 is less than 0. Kutangira pana minus 2 up. Chuya kusika 2. Do graph redu pari less than 0. So range yedu isusu tuti possible values of x anenge ari pana. So x mukamutasa kana ari pana anenge ari mombe kuna minus 2. And my values also x ari pana anenge ari less than 2. So minus 2 is less than x and x is less than 2. Mukatasa answer inokuda apa inenge yakafanana neinokuda apa. So unokwanisa kushandisa method yaunoda. Okay, so the next example pama quadratic inequalities, as we said, zvese zviri ku right hand side zvine ku left hand side kana kuti zviri ku right hand side ku left hand side, so that tinosiyana rimwe side rina 0. Saka 5 minus 5x akauya ku minus 6 akauya ku tinosara tina x squared plus 5x plus 6 greater than 0, right? Kana zvadai so then we can go. So we need to factorize after tabringa zvese side uku takufana ku factorize panapa. So ku factorize panapa tinotsvaka ma factors yedu the 3 na 2. So if the coefficient of x squared is 1, you don't need to go a long process. You just say my factors yedu the 3 and 2. So kana 3 na 2, kana coefficient of x squared is 1, you just say x plus 3 then x plus 2 is greater than 0. Right? Then is zvimwe zviya zvekufactorize uchipotanga uchindera utanga unyora kuti x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 wozofactorize unozviita kana coefficient of x squared is not 1 panapa. Kana iri 1 kana ma factors ako ari 2 na 3, just say x plus 3 x plus 2. Simple. Okay, after that guys, we find the critical values. The critical values CV, if we equate this bracket to 0, get minus 3, and panapa get minus 2. If we place my critical values on the number line, we get minus 3, minus 2. Okay, so minus 3 and minus 2, the number dik iripa pa number line is minus 3. And the number dik kuna minus 3. Ipa pampango ari guys, mukatora number dik iripa number line, then makutora number dik chibaba lidzokera mashure. Minus 4. So if you place minus 4 plus 3 is minus 4 plus 2 is minus, if you multiply this side is minus times minus, you get plus. Then plus, plus, minus, plus. Right? Takuta inequality sign. Mungware steps are follow these steps guys. Makuta inequality sign is positive. Then makuya pana positive. Then wakutokombea ma values akwa x nema critical values edu. So pana x is less than minus 3. As you can see, x is less than minus 3 or then panapa takuya tonyera answer kuno minus 2 is less than x, kana kuti x is greater than minus 2. Saka izvi zviri simple, but guys mupangwarire mukasvika pakadai so kuma inequality, don't say x is either x plus 2 is greater than 0 or x plus 3 is greater than 0. Don't do that. Mukadaro munoona ma answers are wrong, anenge ari wrong. So kana wasvika pakaita se apa uri kuma inequalities, find my critical values, woisa per number line. Then graphically the coefficient of x squared is 1, the graph is minimum. And the graph cuts the y-axis when x is equals to 6, because when x is equals to 0, y is equals to 6. Rokata the x-axis pana minus 3, the pana minus 2, and cut the y-axis at 6. So this is our graph. Saka panapa. Dunga itakadza kudraw my graph. Panapa kunzi find the set of values for which this graph is greater than 0. Saka now zvasiyana manje. It's now greater than 0. Our graph is greater than 0 papi. Kubva kwese kuno graph redu rinenge above the x-axis. So rinenge greater than 0. So we shade this region. Then kubva apa tichiya kuno panapa graph redu pesa apa less than 0. Then kuzobva pana minus 2 tindewo. Graph redu rava above the x-axis. So do my region atinodaya ane possible. So ukatarisa kana values edu ari kuno. Unoona kuti x will be less than minus 3. X is less than minus 3. Oh, kana kuti union ukwaza kunyora union panapa. Oh, minus 2 is less than x. Minus 2 is less than x. Because my values are x anenge achindawo. So that's how we solve graphically. Alright, so next example, x cubic minus x is less than 0. So now it's quite different now. It's like a cubic function. A cubic function. So panapa chekutanga kuno kutorina 0 already. So no problem. So second step, next second step, utanga to factorize. If you factorize something common, or factor out x panapa, you difference 2 squares panapa. Difference 2 squares, x minus 1 and x plus 1. So we are done factorizing panapa my critical values. If we equate this to 0, when x are equal to 0, equate this to 0, we get 1, equate this to 0, get minus 1. So these are the critical values. Then put them per number line, minus 1, 0, and 1. Then number each per number line. Number each per number line. In this case, we have 3 critical values. So number each per number line is minus 1. Then the next one is okay, minus 2. So minus 2, you don't take minus 1 per number. You don't take the minus 1. You try number, you tell it. So minus 2. It is integer, not in fraction. So minus 2 per number gets negative. Minus 2 minus 1 is negative. Minus 2 plus 1 is negative. You don't write the answer like what? Minus 2 minus 1 you get minus 3. When you minus 3, don't just write the sign. Then these brackets are multiplier. So you multiply my sign, minus times minus, you get positive. Then positive times negative, you get negative. So and the overnight they are negative, you know to change this. We change to change this. We change the depending on critical values. Mangan. Then our sign here is less. So less panapa. Simple. Kuna ndakapusa sendedze ku A level. Kupusa. Okay, so panapa x is less than minus 1. X is less than minus 1. You can see x less than minus 1. Union, because panapa now apana link pakati pema numbers ari panapa ne aya. So panapa ne link x ari pakati 0 na 1, x ari pakati. So tinongobva nyiro answer yacho ka 1 because x ari pakati. So union 0 is less than x. As you can see, 0 is less than x. And x is less than 1. And x is less than 1. Right. So kana x ari pakati pema number 2 nongomanyira ka 1 sezizvi. Then kana kune imwe iri pairiwo nongozonyora wega like this. So graphically, this is our cubic function graph. Tikari draw. Muchazodzidza zvenyu kana mava kuma transformation curve sketching, how to sketch my cubic function graphs, but no problem. Then panapa kutunzi our curve, this one, our curve x cubic minus x is less than 0. Where it is less than 0, the papi graph rate less than 0 panapa. Kusuka pengeri less than 0. Base panapa. Our graph is less than 0. Then kubva minus 1 skabana 0. Ringra above 0. Ringra above the x-axis. Then kubva 0 skabana 1. Ringra less than 0 again. So I know particularly to check my values of my set of values of x where our graph is less than 0. So because the x, all values of x will be less than minus 1. X will be less than minus 1. Or panap, notice what 0 will be less than all values of x and x will be less than 1. 0 less than x and x less than 1. Right, so if you compare my answers, so you can use either methods. You can change the number line, or you can use a graphical method. You can change the table values. For the sake of time, now it's a table, but you can also change a table, but it's a long long process. Saka, we can use graphical method and number line. Okay, so we have another example, cubic like, right? For example, so guys, apa pakati factorize of dara. Saka kungotora critical values. Critical values minus 1, then panapa 2, panapa is 1. Critical values simple, apana chakaoma. So tamuto place ama number steady pa number line minus 1, 1 and 2. Then number D pa number line is minus 1. Previous one is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus. Minus 2 minus 2 is minus. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus. So we have 2 bracket the multiplier. Then so negative times negative is positive. Then positive over negative is negative. Negative, negative, positive, negative, positive. Right? Our sign is less. So x. So x is less than minus 1. X less than minus 1. Or 1 less than x less than 2. Right? Simple. Okay, so guys, pane problem and want to get this type of inequality. Pana cross multiplication pana multiply no over multiply no. It's wrong because we don't know the value of x minus 1 pana. X minus 1 is positive or negative. We don't know. So if we multiply a negative number, we need to change the inequality sign. To multiply a positive number, we don't change the inequality sign. So in this case, we don't know which x minus 1 is positive number, you got a negative number. So don't cross multiply. Never cross multiply. Can I order multiply? No. We multiply now x minus 1 it is squared. So that turns out number here is positive. You don't change the inequality sign. For example, you say x minus 1 squared. Then you multiply x minus 1 squared. Right? Says this. Now the multiply number is positive. You now know what any number is square when they are positive. So it's now a positive number. So I'm going to check on each. X minus 1, x plus 1, and x minus 2 is less than this multiply 0, 0. Right? See. So my critical values CV, we have minus 1, 1, and 2. Number line minus 1, 1, and 2. So number D negative 1, negative 2, negative 2, negative 1, negative, negative 2 plus 1 is negative. Negative 2, negative 1 is negative. So negative times negative is positive. Then positive times negative is negative. So negative, positive, negative, positive. Simple. Our sign here is less. So think about negative like so x is less than minus 1. X less than minus 1. No compare x and minus 1. So x is less than minus 1. Then panapa x whether pakati numbers 2, so just write 1 or 1 less than x, 1 less than x, and x less than 2. Right? Apana chikolo chinombodwa kumboona. Saka simple ma answer mukatasa angofanana. Saka kuti washandisa zvekuti multiply kune number squared kana kuti wangoshandisa zvakadai so ubva wangodivide masign zvinongobudisa answer yakafanana. Okay. So next example. Okay. So this type of example, guys, you are free to post the video, guys. Wake one answer also compare. So you are free to post the video, try to then also answer. Right? So panapa, just expand up. We expand up. Then after expansion, we expand like this. Guys, we are teaching maths panapa. Even muna single maths and maths. So from my lower 6, yeah, you are free join my lessons. Guys, do not payments. So how to expand panapa is really simple, guys. To expand panapa is really simple. Just say x squared, you get x squared. Then next step, x times 2, you get 2x times 2, you get 4x. Then next, you get 2 squared, you get 4. So no simple like that. No expand is really simple. X squared, x times 2, then 2 squared, get x squared plus 4x plus 4. Yeah, often we just expand our bracket like we come from 2. No. Okay, then panapa x times 4 it's 4x, x times minus x squared plus 40. This is how we have said x squared plus x squared, you get 2x squared minus 36. Then we have common factor here 2 divided by 2 throw out, we get x squared minus 18. Right? saka panapa ndo patine problem panapa guys. Kana wasvika apa usaita zvezvokuti x squared is less than 18 like then wobva kuti plus or minus aya don't do that, nona answer wrong. Saka panapa unoexpressa this as a difference of two squares, so inobva yaita x plus root 18 and x minus root 18. If you expand up guys, unodzoka apa, ukaexpand apa unodzoka apa, so less than 0. My critical values cv is minus root 18 and root 18. Number line minus root 18 and root 18. Okay, so root 18 is minus 4 comma something, minus root 18, then root 18 is 4 comma something. So the number diki baba is minus 5, babana minus 4 comma something, tunda minus 5 no number diki chidzoko. So tikaenda minus 5 comma something, minus 5 plus 4 comma get negative, then minus 5 minus 4 comma get negative. So negative times negative get positive, so positive negative positive, right? Our inequality sign is less, so to get our negative, put our x here. So if we compare, we can see that minus root 18 is less than x, and x is less than root 18, right? No, let's see. Unlike ukati wasvika over what way x is less than x squared is less than 18, so x is less than plus or minus root 18. Apa nona answer wrong. Nona answer yakati x is less than root 18 or x is less than minus root 18, x less than minus root 18. Now you can see that x is less than root 18 minus root 18 panapa, but panapa minus root 18 is less than x, which is wrong. So don't do that. Zaita is guys, ita is kana wangosvika pakati seapa guys, auite zvekugurikira, unoita zvema critical values ne number line kana uri kuma inequalities, usaita mama ways asinganzwisisika like aya. Okay, so guys, patype my examples akaita seaya, patype my examples akaita seaya guys, anenge akadaiswa nemafraction. Chekutanga guys, you need to bring zvese zvikuku kuside uku. So asi kana zvichiuya guys, usazviuyisa iri x plus 1 yese ka 1 to term 1, zviuyise 1 1. For example, x akauya under minus 1 over minus x over 1 like this, then 1 akauya under minus 1 over 1 like this. Obviously common denominator iri riri term rakazvimirira and this one riri term rakazvimirira. Then wakuita zvamaita zviri kubalanza mafraction muri ku form 3, right? Then x minus 3 panapa get 12, then panapa minus x times x minus 3 minus 1 times, if you simplify you get minus x squared plus 2x plus 15 over x minus 3, right? So chasara kudi kufactorize pamusoro apa, so that wana tosvika pakaita seapa. Saka kufactorize pamusoro apa inangu zvinongodibhuwa kufactorize means inenge ine negative panapa. Zviri simple zvacho kufactorize, but means ine negative panapa inongobhuwa, so you divide by a negative sign throughout. But if you divide a negative sign throughout, don't affect the denominator, because it's like wango factor negative panapa, inobva yabuda kunze pamusoro, then unobva divide nayo, inobva yachinja inequality sign panapa. So uka divide the negative sign, don't forget to change the inequality sign kubva ku less kuenda ku greater, less kubva ita greater, because tachinja divide. So tika divide panapa minus 2x minus 15 like this. So if we factorize, the coefficient of x squared is 1, so my factors here will be minus 5 na 3. So tinangu yekuzvistresa kana panapa coefficient is 1, you just say x minus 5 and x plus 3. But don't do that. Usabva apo chiuya apa kana coefficient yako isiri 1 panapa, unoita zvimwe zvamaita zvezvo form 4 zvezvo, right? So panapa tasvika kuma critical values minus 3 na 5, right? So number line hapana problem. Number diki panapa ndi minus 3, so inotevera yacho ndi minus 4, minus 4 minus minus, minus 4 plus minus, minus 4 minus 3 minus, minus times minus is plus, plus over minus is minus, plus divided by minus is minus, so minus plus minus plus which to end, and sign here you are greater. Don't forget apa kusazodzoka kutora sign iyi ungotarisa kuti pawatarisa ubva unotora and ipapo unozvidemba, so unozotora apa pawapedzera kuchinja sign apa ndipo unozotora greater kuenda pa positive positive. So answer yedu minus 3 less than x less than 3, then 5 is less than x kana kuti x is greater than 5 zvakangofanana. Ukanyora kuti 5 is less than x unyora kuti x is greater than 5 zvakangofanana, hapana na problem. So mukatarisa maths idzi dziri simple guys. Idzi chero ukatora munhu ari form ari grade 7 watanga kutomudzidzisa anotanga kutonzwisisa kuti zviri kuitika maths dzeku A level dzakapusa guys. So ndo masovera toita mainequality sakaita seaya. Okay, so guys, I think nema inequalities we are done, guys. Kana mune mamwe question amunoda kubvunza, we are free to ask comment section. Vaya vanda kutibata pa WhatsApp 0783183381. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Ndo imwe nyaya ndogara ndichitaura, guys. Izvi chimbondidzisawo, guys. Mungo no subscribe. Unoziva pane kamwe box kanongobuda so uchiona video so pane kamwe box kanongobuda so kanenge ari ready kakanzi subscribe. Uchingoona video so bva ukabaya so kubva kandoti subscribed. Asi tombonetsi wosiya wangu like also. Andi kuratidza kuti kunakirwa nezvatiri kuita, guys. Saka ndokutendai, guys. Rambai muchingotitsigira. Ndatenda.